Hey everyone, I'm Tarika, welcoming you to Get Curried, where today I'm going to make a Mexican-inspired rice. Now this is a one-dish meal, also a one-pot meal, and has loads of nutrition, veggies, chicken, beans. So let's get started. The first thing you want to keep ready before we start cooking is what is called a taco spice mix. I'm going to run you through the spices in this. There's some cumin powder, chili flakes. Well, traditionally you use dried oregano, but I'm using dried mixed herbs. Trust me, once you've tried the recipe, you will know why I've done that. Some black pepper and red chili powder. So now you're going to be thinking, Tarika, this is also desi, and I'm going to say, yes, you're right, because Mexican flavors are very close to Indian flavors. So I'm going to start cooking now. So the first thing that will go into the pan will be some olive oil. Once the oil has heated up, I'm going to add some onion that I've just chopped up. And just saute this. We're not looking to brown the onions at this stage. The onions are translucent, so now I'm going to add some finely minced garlic. And again, I'm not looking to brown the garlic, I just want the raw aroma to go away. So again, just saute this on a low flame. Now, because I like things really spicy and so do Mexicans, I'm going to add one green chili that's just been slit in half. So now I'm going to add some chicken sausages, which I've just sliced up here. If you are vegetarian, please feel free to use a substitute of your choice. Just saute that with the mixture that we've got in the pan already. The sausages are nice and fried, so now I'm going to add some tomato puree. This is fresh tomato puree. You can use canned as well. That's absolutely fine. Stir that in. So what actually happens now is the sausages will first fry up and then they'll soak up all the flavors from the tomato puree and the taco spice mixture that we're going to add. Speaking of which, that's exactly what goes in next. First in is some red chili powder, black pepper powder, some dried herbs are next, chili flakes, and cumin powder. Now you want to mix this in really well. What I'm going to do now is just cover this with a lid and let it cook for just about 2 minutes. The next thing I'm going to add are some beans. I'm using kidney beans or rajma. Traditionally, you would use black beans, but we don't find that very easily in India. So this is my substitute. Now this was quarter cup, which I've already boiled. So it's going to go through its final stage of cooking right now. And some corn. Saute this as well. Now the rice part of our Mexican rice, I've got some long grain rice which I've washed and soaked for about 20 minutes. So this is about 3/4 of a cup of rice. I'm going to add this here. And just in a few batches, not all at once, because what I want to do is coat this rice with the spices. And this way what happens is that the rice also absorbs the flavors of the tomato puree, the sausages, of course the taco seasoning, and gets toasted in all of this. When you're toasting this rice in the pan at this stage, just be very gentle, don't be rough, because the rice can break because it's been soaked for a while. Now to cook this rice, I'm not going to add all the water in one go. I'm going to add 1 cup of water now. Make sure that the rice is submerged. At this stage, I'm going to add some salt and also the juice of half a lemon. Just gently stir that. And now take the heat up to high, and as soon as it starts to simmer, take the heat back to low, cover it and let it cook. Now this has been cooking for a few minutes covered, and we're just going to check. Okay, it's absorbed most of the water, so at this stage I'm going to add 1/4 cup water. And at this point you also want to taste and check for salt. I'm going to add a little bit more. And now since we only have a few minutes more of cooking left, I'm going to add some capsicum. I've got red bell pepper and green capsicum here. Now the reason why we're adding it at this stage and not earlier is because it'll stay crunchy and crisp, and yet it will steam at the same time. Now again, just cover this and let it cook through. So I've given it a couple of minutes of rest. Ooh, love that steam. Now to let that steam escape, just take a fork and fluff up the rice slightly. This is very important because the rice grains are delicate. So you want to let the steam escape. Now we're absolutely ready to serve up this Mexican-inspired rice. Usually this pairs really well with some sour cream, but a good substitute for that is some hung yogurt. So now I'm going to serve up the rice. This is a really great and quick recipe for busy weeknights, so do try it and stay tuned to get curried for loads more.